Aboriginals.
Hey guys, we're in talk mode and we're back with another book review, and it's another book by James Patterson. This time he's teamed up with Robison Wells. The book's called The Warning with the subtitle No One Can Enter, No One Can Leave, No One is Safe. I'm gonna give you a bit of a flavor from the back of the book, the blurb. So it says two roads lead to Mount Hope, none leads out. Following a freak nuclear power plant explosion, a small southern town was evacuated. Now, after a year in isolation, some of the residents are finally allowed to return home. Best friends Maggie and Jordan quickly discover that Mount Hope is not as it was before. The roads leading out of town are blocked, phone networks and the internet are cut off, and the power plant remains on military lockdown. Something is horribly wrong, and their determination to uncover the truth soon has Maggie and Jordan in the crosshairs of a force more sinister than any they could have imagined. And it's got a little quote at the bottom from Lee Child where it says, "No one gets this big without amazing natural storytelling talent. This is what Jim has in spades." That's a good endorsement from a great author. This book weighs in at a total of, hold on one sec, 316 pages. So it's a decent sized book, not average sized novel, and it is decent. It's a little bit different from James Patterson, what I normally read from James Patterson. His normal, well, for me anyway, the books of his that I pick up are quite action, thriller, political thriller, a bit like espionage and that sort of detective sort of work. This is a little bit different. It's got more of a sci-fi flavor to it. Um, and I'm not sure if that was James Patterson or maybe that was the influence of Robison Wells, who was the second author on this. Um, it's decent book. I'm trying not to give away the plot, obviously, but just based on the blurb, nuclear explosion happens, supposedly. Town is evacuated, people go back to the town a year later, and then things get a bit weird. Um, it feels more akin to some of the like teen fiction books I've read in the past, stuff like Power of Five or the Gone series. It feels more like that rather than the more adult books that James Patterson normally writes or the ones that I've read anyway. So this one feels a bit more like teen fiction. The main characters are in their late teens or early 20s. They're in college or high school or something like that in the book. So that's interesting. Uh, yeah, to be honest, I enjoyed the book. I'm trying to add value without giving away the story, which is I'm finding a little bit difficult to do. Let's go to rating. For me, this will be middle of the pile for me, so it is gonna go 3 on my scale, which is it's a good one. And it is a good one. It was a decent read. I did enjoy reading it, but would I say it's an amazing book and everyone needs to read it? Probably not. But if you're into the like sci-fi mystery, what could be happening here sort of situation, then this book's probably the right way to go. I did I did enjoy the story. Decent story. I feel like more could have been done with it. So they could have explored some parts of the story a little bit more. And for me personally, I didn't quite like the way it ended. It felt inconclusive on a couple of fronts. And I don't know if they did that intentionally because they're hoping to make a second one or write a second one. But it's not, so it's not a cliffhanger ending. Like the book is finished and the story's finished as well. There's some questions that remain unanswered. It doesn't feel like it's set up for a second book, so it doesn't feel like, oh, we're setting up for a sequel, that's why we left these questions unanswered. They just seem to be unanswered. Um, yeah, I don't know. Bit of a weird one, but that's why it's got a three from me. I enjoyed the theme, I enjoyed the story. I just felt more could have been done with it, and I didn't like how it ended particularly. Um, but yeah, that's all for from this one. I should be reading a few more books soon, some more book reviews should be incoming. If there are any specific books that you'd like to recommend to me, then go down in the description below and you can get the links to all my socials. There's at Wahab Originals across all of them. So feel free to send me a message, recommend a book, and if there's things that you would like me to cover off in these book reviews, other pieces of information that you'd find useful in helping you make a decision on whether you want to read the book, give me a shout and let me know what that would be. Thank you guys so much for listening. I'll be back soon with another one. Take care. Goodbye.